This is a Milwaukee Porta Band, a little portable bandsaw. These are a super handy little saw. Like I say, it's portable, therefore I can run an extension cord out to the stock rack and I can cut material right at the stock rack. I can cut material in the vise. It's very handy as a portable saw. You'll notice I've got a much bigger throat plate on here. This is the one that it comes with. And it's a lot smaller, and for portable use, that's better. But if you've been watching the videos, you know that frequently I do not use this as a portable saw. I frequently put this saw in a stand. And this makes this into a very small stationary bandsaw. I got to run the cord through this back opening here, which is slightly inconvenient, but it gets it way out of the way where it's out of trouble. And this just sits in this stand. So that gives me a small stationary bandsaw. It is very handy. I use this thing for cutting hinges, cutting small parts. If I'm cutting little rods, it's just real handy to just come up and zip them right off on this thing. So it's a very good tool for that. The stand itself is very simple, and I'm not going to tell you how to build a stand. I'm going to assume that if you've got the tools to build one, that you'll be able to figure this out at least as well as I did, and probably better. This stand was just built out of whatever scrap I happened to have around. I knew that I wanted the saw to hang from it. I didn't want a bunch of clamps or bolts. There are stands for sale that you have to bolt the saw into the stand, and I didn't like that idea. I wanted it to stay put, so it has these guides for the handle, and the front handle is what it hangs on. And the cord, like I say, goes through the back where it's out of the way, and the handle just sits. By using this big channel iron, I'm not stressing the cord back here, so that's out of the way. I then run the cord to a switched receptacle over on the wall. I will someday put a little junction box right here so I have a switch right on this unit. But I'm not going to cut the plug off the cord because I still want to be able to use it as a portable saw if I need to. And that's really all this stand does. It just sits there. This is a piece of 1/2-inch aluminum plate. I managed to not get my slot and everything square with the blade, or parallel with the blade, so I have to adjust a little bit. I can't use this as a guideline when I'm cutting. Not a big deal, but if you're working with this, just rotating that a little bit might do a little bit better. That table is about 8 inches square. I don't want to take a chance on pushing this around when I use it, so I set it on the bench, and I just use a little pipe clamp, and I clamp this to the bench, and that's nice and stable. Easy to move out of my way. I don't have to leave it here. Now it's not going to go anywhere. Real handy little saw. The one thing these saws don't have is a way to lock the trigger on. So I have this high-tech little stick that I just wedge right in the trigger opening, and that holds the trigger down for me. If it had a lock, that would be a lot handier, but I don't know if Milwaukee will ever make a bandsaw like this with a lock. It'd be dangerous as a portable saw. So that's just a quick look at the Milwaukee Porta Band on a stand. Lots of other manufacturers make portable bandsaws. I have no idea how many of them are out there, but I'm pretty sure DeWalt, Porter Cable, Makita, and even that cheap tool store that you'll regret buying tools from sells a portable bandsaw. So it's an easy thing to come by. They are not cheap. I don't remember what I paid for this, but I'm sure they cost more money today. But it's a good, useful tool in the shop. Just another option for cutting stock to length in the first place, but also doing some shape cutting. This will cut, maybe a 5-inch circle fairly readily, but you can kind of nibble away at smaller circles. I use it for cutting hinge eyes quite frequently, cutting out anything that needs a T-shape, such as a little H hinge or HL hinge. It's very handy for all that kind of stuff. So it's a great tool. If you have a Porta Band, it's worth making a stand. Use your imagination, use the materials you have on hand. It doesn't have to be an expensive project. If you don't have one, I'm not telling you you ought to go out and buy one. You can do most of this with a hacksaw, but if you're looking to add power tools and you're looking to save a little bit of wear and tear on your body, this might be a good tool to add. Careful, it's got an exposed blade. You can cut a finger off with one of these things. It wouldn't be hard to do, so use caution. So that's it for today. Just a quick introduction to this particular tool. You've seen it sitting on the bench. You've seen me use it a little bit, but I haven't explained it. And I'm going to try to explain all of the tools in the shop one at a time, and why I own them and what I like about them, and if I don't like something, what I don't like about it. Is an afterthought. They make these in battery powered now, so that's even better if you're taking it outside to cut at the stock rack, or if you need to take it to the steel yard when you buy steel to cut their 20-foot bars down to lengths that you can fit in the back of your pickup. I don't know that I would set up a battery operated one like this. If that's all you had, you might as well, but you'll have to change batteries quite regularly if you're using it all the time like this. I do like the corded one this way, but I probably won't go out and buy a battery operated one right now, but if this ever breaks, I'll probably look seriously at one. So there you go. That's it for today. Love it if you give a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. We'll get back to some actual projects again maybe tomorrow or the next day. In the meantime, have fun. See you later.